So after my last rather dark video, which I had to get YouTube to enhance to make it lighter, I decided to buy a video light, which is this thing here. Now, it's very nice, seems to be bright enough, it looks okay, but you can either power it off of a Panasonic lithium-ion battery, or you can put 5 million AA cells in here. But what I thought would be more fun is to actually build my own lithium-ion rechargeable battery pack, and that's what this video is about. What I've got here is a couple of lithium-ion batteries. These are from an old wireless speaker, and these are what I'm going to be making the battery pack with. And we're going to use one of these, which is basically a balancing circuit, a protection circuit, so it can't be overcharged, can't be over discharged, and it will make sure that when it does get charged, both cells get charged evenly. So let's make a start then. We need to get a bit of wire, we need to make the pack up, and then we need to see if it actually works. So we've got some wire here, which is basically for an old DC power supply. And this is the wire we're going to use to join these cells together. So let's break out a bit of it and chop it off. So we don't really need much for this. We need a wire to come out of there. So we need to get a couple of wires soldered onto those pads. So the pads are actually marked on the back as to what they're for. So you got battery plus there, battery minus there, and then BM is kind of like battery middle. So if you have your plus here and your minus there, the one in the middle, BM, actually goes to those two where they're joined at the end. So let's do that. Doesn't get any more exciting than this. So we're just going to strip that off. I'm going to strip this one off. And just tin those up. So we'll just tin that one. And tin that one. And then just tin that one there. Now these two contacts here, these two solder pads here are for the power out from the circuit, but they're also used to charge it up as well. So let's get those, if I could do with my helping hands. Have those there. And tin this one up. And tin this one up as well. And now we can get them soldered onto here. So I normally put plus as the one with the stripe on, which is this one here. So that's the one we're going to have as plus. And then minus on here. Like so. And that's that side of things wired up. Now the fun bit is going to be soldering to these batteries, because they will sink a lot of heat. So now it's time to solder onto these batteries. Now this is always fun because of how much heat they sink away. So luckily the iron I'm using can put out quite a good thermal capacity. We just need to get it hot enough so that the solder adheres to the bottom of the battery. And now we can solder these on here. Now I think we actually need to kind of cut these down a little bit because they're a little bit too long, and we kind of want it there, and I want to lay them kind of here like that on it. So I might actually glue them together first. That might make my life a little bit easier, and then it'll be easier to position them as well. So let's do that. So now I'm going to glue these batteries together. Slight overkill, I will grant you, on the glue gun. And just let that set. This might be a good time to push this circuit into there maybe. We can now flip over and do the other side. I don't think I've quite got the hang of talking and actually doing practical stuff at the same time. But we'll get there. Early days. Right, so we just need to wait for that to set, basically. Which hopefully won't take too long. Yeah, that'll do. So B plus we want to take up to here, and B minus we want to take up to there. So let's cut these down and cut that one down there. Now I don't think I'm going to be able to strip those with my normal strippers. I don't think they're going to quite... I'm not going to be able to strip those with my normal strippers, so hopefully I can just do them with these. Yeah, that'll be fine. Just twist those and tin them. Yes, it would have been easier to buy Panasonic battery off of eBay, but you never quite know what you're getting when you buy lithium ion batteries from eBay. At least these ones, I know they're good quality because they came out of a good quality wireless speaker. Well, I say good quality, I mean, it sounded all right, but it was a nice idea in theory when it came out. It was the ether cone. So a very nice idea in theory when it came out, but then, like a lot of internet connected things that didn't do very well, they shut down the services. And at that point it became a little bit useless, really. So in a last-ditch attempt to appease their customers, they added Bluetooth onto the speaker, so you could at least connect it up to, you know, your tablets and other devices. However, the Bluetooth was really, really crap. It just barely worked at all. Sometimes it would connect, sometimes it wouldn't. It was pretty terrible. rather disappointingly. So we're going to bridge those across there, but I want to put just a little bit of heat shrink on that, just a little bit. So we have our little box of heat shrink here. And we only want a very, very small one. That'll probably do. Never have too much heat shrink, can you? And we'll just chop a little bit off there. And then I think it's time to tin this wire. So let's get that done. Nice. And then we need to get some solder on this end here. Just hold that on there until it flows. There we go. And on this one here, I have actually got a bigger iron I can use for this soldering station, but I just can't be bothered to change it. I'm sure there are people that would get very upset that I'm soldering directly onto these batteries, but I don't care. I have made quite a few lithium-ion battery packs, especially with recycled laptop batteries and the like, and never had any problem doing it like this. Just a bit fiddly. There we go. And now we can take this up here and put it on the B minus. Not the B minus. And I just hit my microphone. So annoying. This is a lot harder than it looks in videos. Doing YouTube videos, you don't kind of realise until you try to do them. And then you realise your mat's not straight. And your strippers are in the way. I'm sure there's a joke there somewhere, but I'm not going to go there. Oh dear. Well, a bit of short circuiting there, nothing wrong with that. Good test for it. Okay. So now hopefully, if we measure that voltage, we should get, I think 16.8 on these, not 16.8, 8.4 volts, all being well. So let's see if we've got that on there. No, not yet, but sometimes you have to give it a bit of a kick, which we can use the variable power supply for. A very sensitive variable power supply. There we go. So we bring these over here and connect P plus to plus, like that. Hopefully that should get it going. So if we now measure it, .63. A little bit low, but they're not necessarily charged, but that's basically what we want, so that is fine. We can live with that. So that's the battery pack side of things pretty much done there. Nice and simple. So we need to get some wires on there to take the power out of it. So now we're going to solder a couple of wires on there that are going to supply the power out of the battery onto the P plus and P minus terminals. So let's just cut these down there. And then just strip a little bit of that off. Okay. I hate stripping stuff like this. It's always a pain. But never mind. Wonderful. So we'll just solder those up. Like so. And now we can solder these onto here. And I think we'll just take those out the top there. So again, the one with the stripe is going to be plus. The one without the stripe is going to be minus. I can see that's a little bit close to that end track there. So I might just cut that down a little bit. If I can find something to do that with. Might just be able to use these for that. That'll do. So now we have the battery pack and we have the outputs coming out of it. So we could probably do with putting a bit of Kapton around that, which is high temperature tape, which we always have a reel of. Very useful stuff. So we will do a little wrap around there. Like so. Nobody said it had to look perfect, which is probably just as well. Tape just wanted to jump back into frame. Nice stuff. I could really do with something a little bit better to cut that with. I think I have the answer. Nurse, scalpel. So we'll just cut that off there. It doesn't cut very well, that tape. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Then we'll do one more just down the middle. Just want it to be nicely insulated. We don't want anything bad happening. Okay. So we'll now put another wrap around here, and that will insulate that out. How much fun can you have on a Friday night? The answer to that is a lot more. So there we have it. We have a battery pack that we can actually do something with. Be very careful with this because this is now live. Probably should have cut these apart earlier. Now, where is our video light? It was here earlier. I'm not saying this place is a bit of a mess at the moment, but I've lost a video light. Ah, there we go. So maybe I should just check this actually fires it up. So I know that that is plus and that is minus. That's what I want to solder it onto. But I also need to put a socket in here for actually charging it up. So I might, I think, take it apart and get that socket actually in place. But I'm going to need a drill for that. So let's see if this actually works with this battery pack. I see no reason why it shouldn't, but you never know. So once again we need to check the polarity. So that is positive, which is that, and that's negative. Excellent. You can see that is clearly lit up. So that battery pack will be absolutely fine. So let's just take this apart because we're going to need to put a charging socket in somewhere, and we need to see where we can actually put it. Ah, okay, very cunning. Got some more screws there. Move that out of the way. And that one. Very weird talking to yourself. I mean, I know ultimately I'll be talking to people, but right here, right now, I'm talking to myself. Okay, where are we? Can we get this out? Right, so where can we put a charge port? Maybe there? Just there perhaps, might be able to squeeze one in there. Do a bit of drilling, which is always good fun. Yeah, that looks, down here looks like the best place for it. So let's go and grab a DC socket. Let's see if this would actually fit in there. Oh, not without taking that board out, so I need to take this out. I think there's going to be some super glue involved here somewhere. It's not a proper project unless you've had glue gun and super glue involved. Oh, right, okay, so we can definitely get this socket in there. And if I could stop hitting my head on the camera, that would be good. Now maybe we can put it on the back here. That looks like it could work. On the back there, underneath that circuit board, it's not going to get in the way. So we'll put this on a little bit of Kapton. And once again, get out the ridiculous drill. Because like I said, if something's worth doing, it's worth doing ridiculously. So we'll try and get it centered there. Well, that's through. Perfect. And that should be centered on there quite nicely. So now we have to get we need to get it kind of glued in really. Right, so let's see if that actually fits. It looks pretty good. That should plug in there okay, which it does. So we need to get some glue on that. I could do with a shorter one of these plugs, because if I get a shorter one I can use a plug to hold it in while the glue's setting. So that'll get the glue gun out again. I think I need to solder some wires onto that socket first, so let's get that done. Reach out for those helping hands. I'm paraphrasing there. And one of them will go on there. Let's get this the right way around. So positive is the one at the back. And then negative will be that one there. Remembering to try and keep all this in shot, which is nowhere near as easy as it looks. When, you know, real people do it. That is now connected on there, so I've just got to glue this into place. My to use glue gun for that. Well, it's not going to get hot. Or should I use super glue? Ah, what a choice. Looking a bit messy on the bench now. I would have to wait 15 years for the glue gun to heat up, because even though it's a Ryobi with a 5 amp hour battery in it, it's still going to take about 3 or 4 minutes to heat up. Which is odd, because my Bosch... Let's glue the socket in then. Yeah, I'm going to hot melt glue it. Sue me. It's not a production thing, is it? Not going to make a load of these. So let's get some glue in there. It can sometimes take a little while to cool down. Fun bit's just holding it in until it does. And we'll put just a little bit more just down the side there. It's not a bodge, it's a modification. And that's the story I'm sticking to. Now we can take the wire. Can we take it through there? Yeah. Take the wire through there of the charge socket. We need to strip these off. And we need to connect them up to the battery pack, as well as the terminals down here. Now we could actually connect them straight through. We could connect them all actually straight through here and just go through that hole. That might work a little bit better. So that one is, that's positive there. Which is also going to there. What if we get our wires on there? I know what'll happen. I go to solder on it and all the wires will come off. Done that before. Might just be easier to solder to those terminals. No biggie, is it? Let's get some solder on them. See how well that goes on. Yep, they're definitely taking some solder. Just in case of getting them hot enough. There we go. Let's strip these ones off. And we need to connect those ones to their opposing contacts on the battery pack here. Again, we marked these out as positive and negative. So that one goes there, and that one goes there. And then we'll tin those up and solder them onto those pins. Making sure we don't short circuit them, of course, unlike earlier. Right. That looks correct to me. And we need to check those connections. So, V plus goes over to that connection there. So these two go over there. So we can solder that on. Now, again, bit of heat shrink certainly can't hurt. I can find some the right sort of size. Nope, not that one. Some of the blue stuff. It's alright. It'll do. Put that on there. That on there. Now, probably ought to turn this off just for the moment. Glue gun is dripping everywhere, as they do. Let's solder that on. Solder that one on. But before that, let's actually get the heat shrink over there, shall we? That's probably a good idea. There you go, no one noticed. I never claimed this was EEV blog. Should we just switch that on? It's going to swamp out the camera, but oh, that looks really good to me. So let's put those over there. Let's put that over there. Get the hot air gun out. Everyone's raving about these quick 861DW stations for hot air. Understandably so, they are excellent. Lewis Rossman gets very excited about his. I have been told. I don't watch his channel anymore. It kind of got a bit annoying. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a very talented guy. But he did not go on. Now what I might do, I think, is see if we can kind of tuck those out the way in there. Because I kind of want the battery in there like that. So we need to put this board back in again. Yeah, that's the battery level indicator. We need to put that in there. Oh, this could be interesting. I think we're going to be okay. Screw that in there. There you go. Where did that come from? We have a wire off. It came off of minus. It's all gone horribly wrong. Probably goes on there. There's a pad kind of there, looks like it's not doing anything. Yep. Obviously wasn't soldered on there very well then. Let's take care of that. And we'll try that again. Whose idea was this anyway? All because my video was too dark. Fairness, it was very, very dark. I'm not in an inside number 9 way kind of dark. The world and his wife seem to be watching inside number 9 at the moment. I think it's become trendy to like it. Of course, we liked it from the beginning, from the very first season. So I think I can tuck that wire through there. As long as it will sit okay under the panel, which is where it's going to sit. The panel was slightly raised anyway, so it might not make an awful lot of odds. Oh, that's actually raised quite a lot. So I'm going to pull that through for the time being. because I want to get this panel in there. That looks alright. So we can kind of get that in there. It's all gone horribly wrong again. I think that is raised slightly, but like I said, it was before. Let's just turn that on. The autofocus did not like that. But perfect. After finding the top of it, I finally got it finished. So this is the battery pack. Now there's kind of like a little bit here that can kind of sit in where the normal battery would sit, but we can kind of rest that in there. And obviously it's not quite flush with the back, but a little bit of electrician's tape on the rear panel. We can just clip that on there. And it all fits in there. Well, that's not bad at all, really. The battery light works. The light itself works, and it's plenty bright enough. And that's it, really. Nice and easy to do. I do have a dedicated charger for it, although I could actually charge it up with my power supply, my bench supply, but I do actually have one of these, which is a dedicated lithium-ion charger for 8.4 volts, which is what that battery pack is. So that is what I will be using to charge it. But yeah, that was quite a fun little project. I'm going to buy another one of those lights. It's a really, really nice little light, and I think it was 30 quid for the light and stand. So I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you for watching this video. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you.